my channel. So in today's video we're doing another fall makeup tutorial, and as you guys kind of already know and probably can tell, I'm just in the fall mode. Usually by the end of September I'm just like, fall! So as you guys can probably tell, I have a different backdrop and background. I've changed everything around. I used to be down in the basement because I needed more space, but I just got rid of some things in my room to make more space. So if you guys I can't even talk. If you guys have watched my Snapchat, it's at @LineEasy. If you've watched that, you know everything that I'm talking about, and you've probably already seen it. It was like an hour-long Snapchat session because I literally showed you guys kind of step by step and everything that I had. And a couple of you guys wanted to know if I could do like a filming area setup video, and I can of course show you guys everything that's behind me because I have a lot more that you guys aren't even seeing. So I think that'll be cool to let you guys know kind of how it is. So this is literally how my background was when I first got my desk and everything like that. So probably about, let's see, probably about 6 months ago. I know that only because Jack gets mad that we change my backdrop and change everything around all the time. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I loved how it turned out. At first I was kind of like, I don't really know, but I think it turned out kind of classic and effortless and really easy. I use 3 brushes, you guys. I use a fluffy blending brush, I use an E25 brush, and an eyeshadow brush to put on my lid color, and that is it. And then something to pop in the inner corner, but you know that you can always use that with your lid brush. But literally, you guys, I use 3 brushes to create this look. So if you guys do decide to recreate this look, please just tag me on Instagram or send me a Snapchat or anything like that so I can see your recreations because I like seeing them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna get out in front of these hot lights and turn on my air because I'm not freezing. I am so hot. So I love you all, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye. Alright. We're gonna start by priming our lids, and as you guys know, I am just using my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC45. This is what I use to carve out underneath my brow, so I just use it as a concealer base. So next I'm going into the Self-Made palette, no, the Shadow Couture palette, and I'm taking the shade Morocco on a E25. No, this is just a big fluffy brush that I got from BH Cosmetics. I got this in one of the brush sets probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and I still have the brush because it's large, it's fluffy, and it's in charge. So I'm just using that shade in my upper crease area just as a transition shade. Then I'm going into the Smashbox Icon palette. Now this palette is very old. I've had this since I was in high school, but it had that perfect plum kind of berry maroon shade that I needed. So I am placing that directly into the socket of my crease and just doing windshield wiper motions back and forth, and also just going ahead and putting that out into the outer corner and also in the inner corner of my eye. So I'm creating kind of a halo effect even though it's going to be covered up, but I also go ahead and just continue to build this on until I get the most pigmentation and the color as deep and as dark as I want it. So next I go with this Infallible eyeshadow by L'Oreal, and it's in the shade Smoldering Plum, and I use a Sigma E50, I think this is the E59 or E57. This is like a cream shadow brush, and because these L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows are really kind of like a pressed pigment type of thing, I like to use that flat brush. So after that I go back in with the E25 and just blend the two together, and then I go back in with the first brush that I used to blend everything else furthermore together. So after that I popped on some House of Lashes, and they say shade in the style Starlit, and then I went ahead and primed my skin with my Maybelline Blur and Smooth Master Prime Primer. And this primer is okay. I mean, I'm not die hard for it. You guys know I usually like my silicone primers or my pore filling primers, and this one's more of like a lotion texture, so it doesn't really fill in my pores too well, but it does create a nice base over or underneath my foundation. So next, I've been loving using my Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation again. It used to turn really gray on me. I don't know what it was about back then, but now I haven't had that problem. I even wore it to work today, and I got a lot of compliments on my foundation and everything. So I am using that in the shade Cocoa Medium. So if you have this foundation, let me know if you've been having problems. So after that, I go ahead and highlight with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I've been loving this concealer as well again. Now this concealer is very similar to the shade of the foundation, but after I go ahead and set it with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder, it's going to look a little bit lighter, so it's going to give that effect of being a highlighter as opposed to just a concealer. So after that, I go ahead and blend that out with my Beauty Blender, and it is wet I like to soak it underneath the water so it becomes kind of large and in charge. And then, yeah, I was kind of trying to work with my lighting and my camera and everything. It started getting darker in some clips, so I'm still trying to work that out, so bear with me. But to set that, I used my Sephora Bright Set setting powder. I lied, I'm not using my Sasha Buttercup setting powder. So I use that with a F45 tapered highlighting brush by Sigma, and just use that to set all of the areas where I applied that concealer. And then I go ahead and contour with my Nikki Garrett contouring palette in the shade Dark, and I'm using this is the Pretty Bar Peach Bellini brush set. And if you see an arm in the background, that's my sister. My sister and my niece were both here while I was filming the end of this video. So you'll probably see Sydney's head running back and forth in the background, and you'll also see my sister's arms in the background, so just go ahead and excuse that. But after I'm done doing my cheekbones, I also do my nose. You guys know I like to contour my nose, and then I go ahead and apply some blush. This is the Balm's Insane Blush in Pinstripe, and it doesn't add a lot of color, but it adds just a little flush. You know, I'm not big on blush, but I like a little flush, but y'all know me and my highlighter, we don't play. And I'm using my Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow highlighter, and as I told you guys in a couple videos ago, I've been obsessed with this highlighter. I've literally used it every single day, you guys. I kid you not, I use it every single day no matter what look I'm doing. It just goes with everything, and it just looks flawless on the skin. It's just beautiful. And then after I apply it in all of those areas, there's Sydney. I just go ahead and blend it out with my Kabuki brush and also my F45 brush. So I'm going back into the palette, and I'm taking that silvery kind of metallic shade, and I'm popping that into the inner corner with a inner corner brush by, I want to say it's Crown Brushes. Yeah, it's Crown Brushes. And then for lips, I'm using the Milani lipstick in the shade Bear Secret. Teddy Bear, I'm sorry, it's in the shade Teddy Bear. It's just perfect nude. I have raved about this since like I bought this nude color. It is so perfect. And after that, I go ahead and I apply the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade WeHo. This combination, you guys, is life. Like, that Teddy Bear lipstick is the perfect nude for us brown women, and WeHo is perfect gloss to go right over the top. So after that, I spray my face with my Mario Badescu Rose Water Facial Spray. And then once that's done, I am done. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you go. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye.